Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and you've got a very XRP-centric video from me today, as I promised. But first, we're going to take a look at the top 100 tokens by market cap. You can see it's a mixed bag right now. There are some gains, over the last 24 hours, but they're quite modest. Phantom is the only one that stands out, really, with this 12% increase. We've got Bitcoin at the time of this recording, 62,267. Everybody is watching Bitcoin because there was some great debate on whether or not the ETF would have a positive price impact or a negative price impact on the leader of the pack. And that is really yet to be seen, because moving sideways doesn't really bring any of that debate into clear focus. I'm not really sure. I looked at a lot of credible people, and everybody had opinions that were all over the board. The one thing for sure, though, the total market cap did reach an all-time high, according to the data on CoinGecko on Monday, 2.6 trillion. But we have backed off of that now, currently at 2.48 trillion. That's interesting. So first, there's a quick request coming from attorney John Deaton. He wants to know that if you or any XRP holder out there has used the XRP in the past or is currently using XRP as collateral for a fiat loan or loans and or staking XRP for interest, and willing to help for the support of that voice he's going to bring to the case, please email him at deaton@deatonlawfirm.com. And you don't, you remember, if you fill out his Google Doc, you don't have to be an XRP holder. But I think for the purpose of this, you would have to be an XRP holder and use it in this format. I think what he's doing is he's buttoning up his affidavits so that he is best prepared and brings the best voice forward for everyone in that case. The Milken Institute, they have their very large event happening right now. This is amazing in terms of the number of speakers they have. It goes from the 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th of October. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, he is on a panel with some speakers, and they have an event called Banking in a Digital Economy. And just to give you an idea how big this conference is at the same time Mr. Garlinghouse is speaking, there are 8 other rooms going on. Yeah, some of the rooms are actually private and by invitation only. It's a big event. And I do know that if you go to the Milken Institute website or on their YouTube channel, they very often upload that content. So we'll probably see some of that content get uploaded. And about 8 hours ago, I just couldn't help but making a reply on a tweet that they put out. Fake news spreads 6 times faster than true news. Yeah, boy, do I know this to be true. And I actually think that the 6-time rate for crypto Twitter is not accurate. I think it's more like 50 times for this particular space. And boy, do people run with fake news, and it takes on a life of its own. It's just unbelievable. And then it's so hard to dispel after it does that. Well, Eleanor and Charles of Fox Business News, they took this photo op with Mr. Garlinghouse. I like it. I like it a lot. And the reason why I like it is because the two of them are doing an excellent job covering the SEC versus Ripple, and attorney John Deaton fighting for the XRP holders everywhere. Well, let me rephrase that. Not only fighting for the XRP holders, but fighting for people, all people who have joined the support by filling out that Google document. Now, again, you can find it pinned to his Twitter feed. And you can even sign it and do it anonymously. So if you don't agree with what the SEC is doing and you happen to own something in your portfolio that could be a target, you might want to sign that document. All right, we're going to play a really quick clip today from October 19th. This is Charles talking about his conversation that he had with Mr. Garlinghouse. And it's interesting, if you haven't heard this, I want to play it for you and also thank @TimR614 for bringing it onto Twitter. Here you go.
Will there be an XRP ETF? Well, look, I think it's a really important question, maybe less so specific to your exact answer, right, which I promise not to dodge. But why is the SEC picking winners and losers? Yeah. Why is a government entity deciding this is a winning one, which, by the way, happens to have some pros and cons, massive power consumption, which isn't great for a climate agenda that Gary Gensler cares a lot about, but being silent about other things. And then, one of the challenges right now is Gary Gensler, who's been asked specifically about ETH, hasn't commented. But if it's so clear, if the laws are so clear, and he's asked a specific question, then just answer the question because it's clear.
Hey, Liz, I also asked him about XRP. Would he ever settle? He said, no way. He might settle, but it can't be XRP declared a security, and that is a no-go. So he's going to fight this thing. If the SEC wants to declare XRP a security, they won't operate in the U.S. Back to you.
Interesting comment. And then, of course, we've got Mr. Mike Novogratz at it again, making some outrageous statements. Here is one that is just unbelievable. He says that the value of XRP has almost tripled since the SEC actions. Okay, it hasn't plummeted, he goes on to say. It's a testament to the fact that once communities are formed with shared interests, they're damn resilient. Well, yeah, I think John Deaton points out the truth here. It did plummet over 60% when the case was filed, wiping out some people because they panic sold or were forced to sell. And that's okay if it's because the market itself was the cause, but it's not okay when caused by arbitrary SEC overreach. And I agree, John says, its recovery shows it's not only tied to Ripple. That is so important because the SEC has accused Ripple, the company, of manipulating the price and that they were really responsible for the price action and movement. And that is just not the case at all. And Leonidas continues on, don't only compare the current price of XRP to the price at the time the lawsuit was filed. Compare its price growth to the growth of other digital assets. The SEC lawsuit has obviously prevented XRP from appreciating in value along with the rest of the market. He's so correct, because when you look at the amount of tokens that have reached an all-time high, you've got XRP that's not even close to its $1.84, give or take a penny on either side, depending on what exchange you look at, hasn't even come close. When you compare, it's just over $1 now. So no, it is Novogratz is wrong again. He fails to also recognize that there are thousands of immigrant workers from Mexico in the United States who lost the use of XRP in being used as a bridge currency. This is a remittance company that's called Bridge21, and it was trusted by thousands to move millions. But as you see, on October 16th, we have a video where we hear from Bridge21, and they were a guest on the Bitso exchange channel. Bitso is the exchange in Mexico that facilitates that XRP to be moved and exchanged on the side when it moves from the United States to Mexico. And thanks to Bank XRP for finding this. I really want you to hear it. And here you go.
So for real, what is your favorite crypto for remittances and why?
I think my favorite by far, you have to use crypto that are listed on all of the exchanges. So Bitso must trade it, and then the one in the US must trade it. So for years it was Ripple. So the only problem is that recently the regulators in the US kind of went after Ripple, and it was delisted from all the exchanges we use. So we switched over and we started using Litecoin and Ethereum. Litecoin is still relatively inexpensive. So I'd say my favorite overall has been Ripple, but we just haven't been able to use it lately. We're hoping that it's relisted soon so that we can go back to that. I think the news that Solana is going to be listed, or there's an announcement coming up, is super exciting because Solana is very fast and very cheap. So that will give us almost the equivalent of a Ripple. So we're going to be looking at that to see if we can use that in short order.
So, there's so much complexity when you listen to his response, because you're also looking at a period of time where other companies can leapfrog over the use of XRP when the traction was getting incredibly fantastic and smooth. Going from the United States to Mexico is one of the largest corridors in the world. So there's just so many aspects of the damage that has been done by the SEC's actions that it's just not the XRP holders. And that's what is really, I think, missing from a lot of the narrative. And for the SEC to say that the company Ripple never took XRP seriously as a solution, well, they just didn't do their research, because when you are moving the legacy banks over to digital assets, it has been a slow-going process, yes. But here's a letter to the Central Bank of Mexico that predates 2020 by far. This is back when Ryan Zagone was with the company. And here, I want you to take a look. This is when on-demand liquidity was called XRapid. And you can see that they've got this graphic here. And they talk about how XRapid payments are fully settled in 2 minutes or less and reduce cost by 40 to 70%. This near instant settlement is the contrast to cross-border payments in a traditional system that take 3 to 5 days to settle. Well, as you know, they've even gotten it even quicker than 2 minutes. And as described above, Ripple believes that using virtual assets as a bridge between fiat currencies can significantly improve the efficiencies of the Mexican financial system while preserving its safety and soundness, significantly reducing the cost of remittances in the process. So they were talking to the Central Bank of Mexico even as early as 2018, 2019, and they did finally get that corridor open, and it's just now at a halt for all of those companies that wanted to, tap into that corridor from the US. Terrible, right? Well, to make you smile with all that kind of irritating news, Johnny Lawrence, who is making some wonderful graphics in the space, he said, "What's the difference between Ripple and XRP? To settle. One takes a year, while the other takes 3 to 5 seconds." Funny. Very funny. Very, very good joke. I like it. And take a look at the location or the old cool home that XRPL Labs uses for their office. Oh, I loved this video. This is done by Zerpinator, and he is creating these high quality mini documentary style videos. This one was just published on the 18th. I'm going to put a link to it in the description below. It's super fun. It's interesting. And it takes you for a 7-minute spin around the world of Wietse Wind and his team. I like it a lot. I love that old house. Wow, how cool. And finally, another big domino has fallen. This is Kraken. They are listing Songbird, the token that is used for testing on the Canary platform for Flare. It was, let's see, last I looked, it was trading at 54 cents today. And yeah, I know a lot of people are going to leave comments like, where's my Flare? I haven't seen anything. I've been an XRP holder for 3 years. That was one comment yesterday. Well, you need to be active on Twitter. And if you don't like Twitter, then go to flare.xyz and go to the blog. And I think 99% of all those questions out there are in that blog. It's coming, everyone. And no, this is not a scam. They're in the middle of doing their test, and they're using the Canary platform, which is called Songbird. And the Songbird token is being used. In yesterday's video, I posted how many transactions, over 1 million transactions have been done, and things are looking like they're going to be in a hopefully a green light mode soon. And then when that testing is done, which there's no solid date, because if you put a date on something and you have to change, which is just sometimes you have to do in the world of software, yeah, you've got fixes and bugs and vulnerabilities, and you've got audits, and you've got so much going on, especially when you're dealing with people's money. You just don't want to take any chances. You don't want to rush it. So I don't know. We might be really lucky and see this airdrop for Flare happen this year, possibly. But even if it happens in 2022, I'm okay with that. Yeah, we are so lucky. Really, we are so lucky to have this DeFi and really laid out with the Flare token that's coming. And for those of you that did get Songbird, congratulations. And I think a lot of people are delegating. I have seen a lot of really great screenshots of the Bifrost wallet I've seen in particular, and it's really just been super fun to see people, even including myself. It feels so good to actually wrap it and delegate it, and then watch every 7 days those rewards come in. It's pretty cool, everyone. Yeah, all right. So take a look at this. This is the SBI. They're going to have their first NFT live auction. You can bid by phone, or you could use their site. It's going to begin on Friday, October 29th, Japan Standard Time. This is one of the NFTs. It's a russet potato. Yeah. You will also pay a 15% of the price hammer fee. That'll be added. The potato is expected to bring a price, or I should say fetch a price of somewhere at least around $9,000. Now, I have to be honest, I was like, really? Who is this artist? Well, the artist is quite famous. He has sold work to Goldman Sachs, Amazon, BlackRock, Walmart, Facebook, Disney, Apple, Exxon. Yeah, a lot of others in that caliber. His name is David O'Reilly. Big time artist. Big time artist. So if you like the russet potato, that is going to go on the auction block. And if you are into art or curious about the art scene in Tokyo, there's a very good website. It's called Tokyo Art Beat. If it interests you, this is it, tokyoartbeat.com. It's very good. I was kind of hopping around seeing what's going on, and I found that this artist, Tatsuo Kitamura, he is showing in the city. He has just exquisite lacquer work. This is lacquer. It's called urushi in Japanese. Look at this. This is an art form that really flourished during the Edo period, which is the early 1600s to the mid 1800s. And his work is spectacular. In fact, I just brought out two of my, I collect, when something good happens, I buy kind of expensive urushi or lacquer chopsticks. That's kind of my deal. that's my thing. And so this is the latest one that I bought, and I don't know if the camera can really capture that or not. It has real gold flecks in this kind of blue and swirly design. So the top of the wood itself is lacquered. Yeah, these are one of my favorites. Anyway, that's my deal. I love the lacquer work here in the country, and the work that's done by Tatsuya is just pretty wow kind of stuff. And I didn't know this, but I thought this was a great share. And yeah, you are in the fluff. We jumped. This is Kari. How do you say his last name? Volatien. I know I probably did a really bad job of that. He is Swiss, and that artist in Japan did a collaboration with him. This is a very, very, very interesting watchmaker. He brought his first unique watch to Basel in 2002 and then started this independent watchmaking company. He does limited editions that start at 70,000. The limited editions would be like 1 of 10, and he only makes 60 timepieces a year, completely pre-ordered now, all the way through 2023. And I want to show you the collaboration piece that he did. Actually, he did a couple of them. This is the cherry blossom version. Is that not scrumptious? It's a one of a kind. One of a kind. No, I couldn't find the price. I looked. Let me show you one more. Unbelievably beautiful Mount Fuji with these cherry blossoms that go down along the bottom. And also it looks like some other kind of flower designs, and wow. Now check this out. We get a close-up look at that artistry. This is the face. You can see this is all real gold, and these the lacquer paints are, he applies it really thick, so it has this incredible textured look, right? Oh, wow. I have no idea. These are one of a kinds, one-offs, and so I don't know. I tried to even find some market prices out there, and there just wasn't anything. I watched a few videos. The collectors are quite special people, and you can imagine. He says the biggest problem he has is to slow down. He says he needs to slow down. He's got a lot of trainees and a lot of help, but he still himself is a one-man show when he goes on displaying his latest designs at Basel, for instance. He goes to the booth all by himself. So he's very much hands-on, and he's in the studio still working. Yeah, incredible. Love it. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.